Greetings, friends, and brightest blessings. Chloe Valentine here. Hair's crazy. Uh, it's okay. It doesn't matter. Because I'm inside. I'm inside. And what was going to be just a 3-day stay turned into a 4-day. Because the gentleman was like, well, it's going to be still kind of chilly on Wednesday, so we'll get you another day, right? So, but, okay, yes, sir, thank you. It's just water. I am so clean. My gosh, I'm so clean. And I'm not clean enough, not nearly clean enough. I'm definitely going to have to take another shower, and then a bath as well. I have not been. So, this isn't like some one time thing. This happens sometimes. Sometimes I'll get into a hotel just by, the blessings that I receive, right? My friends will do this sometimes, right? Where I wind up getting a place to stay for a couple days, like a good, comfortable place to stay for a couple days. And this video is really just to say thank you to them for setting all of this in motion. Because if you look at the last few days of my life, and I just posted all the videos from the last few days of my life, right? Like 4 days ago, 3 days ago, something like that. I don't know. Time eludes me. Maybe 5 days ago, the Wi-Fi went out at the area I was at, where I had my camp. So I could still go charge, but I couldn't get Wi-Fi. And then like 2 days later, I was like, you know what? I've been here for way too long. I need to move. Right? And I didn't even know about this winter storm at that point. And then I went back to the gas station and I got a hold of my mom. And she's like, what are you going to do this weekend? Are you going to be okay? And I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, it's going to freeze. It's going to be like 20 degrees outside. Ooh, well, no, I don't know what I'm going to do this weekend then, Mom. And then I realized that, like, the spot I was at is just the epicenter of this storm. Right? So if I had not had been incentivized by my own like drive to leave at that point, I would have had to have left because like I don't want to be in the middle of the winter storm. That sounds scary to me. It does not sound pleasant at all, right? And so, and even then I was still like, man, I'll be okay. I'm just gonna wait it out here. And I'm like, girl, what is you doing? What is you even doing? Like, looking back on it now, I'm like, what were you thinking? Like, you had been getting this pull to move days in advance, and you ignored it. And then when everything is like, you have to move, you still tried to be lazy. And you still tried to finagle, like, I'll be okay. No, you'll be dead. It's going to be 20 degrees. You have 2 coats. You have no, like, you have effective blankets, but they're not like good sturdy blanket. I don't even have a sleeping bag anymore. Like, I left that at the group home. I forgot it. And so I leave, only to wander aimlessly through Magnolia, Texas for like 5 hours ish. And in my last like moments prior to like just dropping from exhaustion, I happen to look and hey, I'm like right next to a food pantry, right? And so I wait until the morning so that I can get the food. And then in the morning when I go to get the food, the guy's like, no, you're not just here for food. We're going to house you for a week. So I wasn't just there for food. And I didn't even know why I was there. But the Sankinshin knew. My friends, the spirits, they knew. They knew what was coming, well before I did, and tried to get me to leave in a time where I would have been out of the epicenter and on the road and like down the road a little ways, right? Like I'd have been a little bit further south. I probably would have been okay if I'd have just left when I was supposed to, but I didn't, right? And so they had to play catch up a little bit. But their idea of playing catch up is they're not competitive. Let me put it like this. They're not They're not competitive beings. And I know I don't have boobs, but I'm just trying to like live as it, right? And so I'm not going to show you all my nipples on YouTube. That's the summary of that. But so if I'd have left when I was supposed to, I probably would have been okay. I didn't though, and so they backtracked and like okay, you know what? You'll be okay. Don't worry about the storm. And I was trying really hard not to, but it's hard to not, right? Like they're like talking about the 20s, low 20s. Not a fan. My goodness, I am not a fan of the cold. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. In fact, my heater in this room is turned up to 85. And it has been so effective that I've had like sweat on my brow. And I'm just, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. It's so nice here. I watched Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. Or Into World or whatever it is, for the first time today. Not particularly impressed, but I turned on that TV right there, and I don't usually turn on the TV anywhere I go, but like I turned on the TV and I was like, I'm gonna relax, I'm gonna watch something. I watched Nova. I watched a Nova special. That was cool. And I turned to Pirates of the Caribbean, thinking like, this used to entertain me. And I've never seen that one before, and I'm like, by the time I'm like an hour in, I'm like, why am I watching this? This is ridiculous. And so I turned it off, and I started uploading the videos, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to bed soon, but I should at least record one video, just in my gratitude, to just say thank you to my friends, the Sankinshin, Rhea, Vayu, Mice, Kira, Ariel, Maris, Dragon, Hildy, Vanya, and Luca. Now tomorrow we'll talk about some other, probably magical stuff, but tonight is just, I'm just gonna relax. I'm just gonna relax, and I'm gonna be okay, and I'm not gonna worry about anything. I've got $8 on the counter. I got vapes for days. You know. Last night I went to a bar. I went to a microbrewery and had a beer and just like hung out, and it was so nice. It was so nice to not worry, to not look at the money that I had in my hand and be like, maybe this is it, right? I have to save this because I might not get more soon, right? None of that. Just living as though I am experiencing abundance, because right now I am experiencing abundance. My gosh, y'all don't even know. I have 4 pillows stacked up right here. I have a couch over there in front of the heater, literally, so I could just sit there and let hot air blow on me during this winter storm. I have a wine glass full of water. Earlier tonight, when I first got here, I'd been saving this, like, I found a packet of something called quick tea, and it was masala, right? And I have no idea what masala is. I know chicken tikka masala. I don't know what the masala means in that phrase. I just know chicken tikka masala. It's good. It's spicy-ish, right? Not spicy, but spicy-ish. It's got spice to it. Not hot, but spice. And so I'm thinking something along those lines, and I'm like, I don't know about chicken tea, but we're gonna save this, and we're gonna, whenever I get somewhere where I can get like hot water that I don't have to build a fire for, right? And so I drank it, and it turned out to be like delicious. Oh my gosh, it was like a chai tea blend. As soon as I put the hot water, the whole cup turns orange. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be terrible. And so now I've got like this orange steaming like thing, and I smell it, and it smells kind of milky. And I'm like, okay, this is going to be very interesting. And it was delicious. My gosh, it was so good. And it had just enough caffeine to like get me through a like 2 hour long conversation with my mom on the phone. And my mom on the phone is she's cool. My mom's good people. She's going through a lot. She's going through a lot, and she's dealing with it splendidly. Actually, she's dealing with it wonderfully. She doesn't think so, but she's doing very good. For some background, about 5 years ago, my stepdad died, right? And so this was the conversation me and my mom had, right? So my stepdad dies about 5 years ago, and my mom, who has gone through both of her marriages as the wife, right? Where you let the husband worry about things like property taxes, right? And so she told me that for the first, and because that's what the conversation was about walking by faith, right? And we have different beliefs, but they translate well, right? My mom's not stupid. She's a Christian. She's a devout Christian, and so she has a very specific set of beliefs due to that. And my beliefs don't always align with hers, but one thing we do align with is that we both have learned that if we walk with like peace and ease in our heart, and we just allow what will be to be, we don't try to force everything, because that's where I get this from. This whole habit is from my mom, really, honestly, of like micromanaging my existence, because that's what she does to hers, right? And I grew up watching my mom, and so she tells me that for the first 3 years after Corey died, that's my stepdad, Corey, she was constantly terrified that she was going to lose her house because of the property taxes. She doesn't know. She knows that, whatever. I don't know what she knows actually, but so she puts some money aside every paycheck, right, into the savings account for the property tax at the end of the year. And she says that somehow, throughout the course of every year since Corey has died, she has had to spend her savings on something else, right? And the first 3 years, this terrified her because she had no idea how she was going to pay her property taxes, and therefore she was going to lose her house, right? But in the last minutes, something always happens, and my mom comes into just the right amount of money to pay off her property taxes, and maybe restock her savings a bit. And so that was our whole conversation today. I was like, Mom, I just wandered aimlessly and found Society of St. Vincent de Paul, and they put me up for like basically a week to keep me out of this storm. And I did it literally just like walking with no destination or anything like that. I was just walking like, okay, I'm just gonna let them handle it, right? And this is where I end up. And so this is a video of gratitude, but it's also a pretty good lesson if anybody wants to take it. We're at minute 14 and a half minutes, and I am so tired, guys, and I am going to sleep so well. I love you all very much. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're having a lovely evening. I know I am. And with that, guys, brightest blessings.